food blowtorched by Thor's hammer, and cocktails dedicated to Paul von Oberstein. Let's visit Iserlohn Fortress, the legend of the Galactic Heroes theme cafe in Tokyo. If you prefer to read this in article form where you can take your time and look at all the photos, you can do so at our website, brightslap.com. I'll leave a link directly to the article in the description below. We were lucky enough to visit Dining Cafe Iserlohn Fortress in Ueno, Tokyo. Legend of the Galactic Heroes easily ranks among my favorite anime of all time, so we took the opportunity to document everything for posterity for when someday it's no longer around. Starting from the outside, this is the exterior. It's located about a 7-minute walk from Ueno Station. The cafe itself is up on the second floor. Now, as soon as you enter, you're greeted by 2 walls of merchandise, which I was pretty stoked about. You could even buy ceramic flagships to serve food in, but they were crazy expensive. More on those later. This is the other merch wall with standees, canvas prints, books, and t-shirts. We were sitting in this half of the cafe. Of the 20 to 25 customers during the 2 hours that we were there, there was a grand total of only 2 men, including myself. Iserlohn Fortress had a lot of lady patrons spanning a wide age range. A highlight for me was watching one lady in her 20s receiving a coaster with Kirchis on it and patting her heart like it was fluttering, and she was going to pass out or something. What a time to be alive. There was this replica prop chair you could sit in and get a photo of you commanding the Imperial Army. Now, despite the new style design on the Siegfried standee, most of the cafe was actually based on the OVA series. Over here, there was a wall with war tactic books, animation cells, and a screen playing clips from the OVAs, movie, and new shows, and a couple walls with some cool art. Over here, you can study a map of the galaxy on a mural over some drinks. And next to that is the bar and kitchen area. Behind glass in one of the corners, there were some production sketches and animation cells. Now, upon your first visit, you're asked to choose a side in the war, given a rank, and then are presented with a coin for that side. I picked the Empire and got this. My wife picked the Free Planets Alliance so we could have both. We were given an English translated version of the menu, which was super useful, and I'll go through some of the highlights of the descriptions as we go. The menu tells us that you get a random character coaster with each order, and also the aforementioned ceramic Brunhild and Hyperion. Besides for the fact that it's awesome, the fact that they had to hire someone who creates pottery to make a ceramic Hyperion for me to eat out of, well, that's just too much to pass up. If you ordered a 2,500 yen beer, you could keep this Cafe Iserlohn glass. Again, I was all in on this. The awesomeness continues with Thor's hammer, complete with routine and fire. What more can you ask for?
Thor hammer, energy 充填. Fire! こんなの戦争じゃない。一方的な虐殺です。放火はこれで最後にしましょう。失礼いたします。
ありがとう。My fleet of fish didn't stand a chance. Before we get to the rest of the menu, if you like this kind of content, it'd be super cool if you subscribe, hit the like button, bell notification so you get updates. Come check us out on social media or visit the website, brightslap.com. Getting back to those drinks, this is the Oberstein. The dry ice, according to the menu, represents his cool demeanor. The Oberstein had some kind of jelly in it. The Murai, which was smoking and had a spicy taste, which according to the menu was just like complaining. The Kirchis was a peach cocktail served in a highball to represent his height. We did pretty good collecting coasters. The one other dude at the cafe actually gave us a couple. He seemed pretty interested that we were fans. They probably don't get a lot of Canadians speaking broken Japanese in there. Arigato. These plates weren't for sale as best I could tell, but they were on the wall next to us. Who wouldn't want a commemorative grandma plate with Wolfgang Mittermeier on it, though? In the back of the cafe, it looks like a wine cellar wall, but it really houses the washrooms, which were hidden. This is more awesome than practical, which I always approve of. Heading out, there were some cast and production team signatures, along with a few ads for the new series, just in case you happen to stumble into a Legend of the Galactic Heroes theme cafe and were not aware that there was a new show, I guess. I picked up the canvas prints of Reinhard von Lohengram and Yang Wenli. They had other characters as well, but at 3,500 yen each, I thought the two big guns would do. Picked up this book as well, The Complete Guide, which also was 3,500 yen. There was a gachapon machine near the exit that had random pins in it. It only took 500 yen coins, so I only gave it one go and coincidentally got an Iserlohn fleet pin. The beer glass made it back to Canada safely in its box. In case you're wondering, they give you a new glass, not the one that you drank out of. I'm really glad that we had the chance to visit. I thought it was only supposed to be open for a year when it first opened in early 2018. They gave us some pamphlet, I believe, indicating that something else was going to be replacing it. I could be mistaken on that too. If you're a fan and are in Tokyo, definitely check it out if you can, if it's still open. We had a reservation, but it wasn't packed, and I'm sure on most nights you could get a seat without one. Not totally related, but still cool, on the way back to the hotel, we also scored a Legend of the Galactic Heroes soundtrack on vinyl at the Mandarake in Shibuya. I love y'all for taking the time to watch this video, and if you've watched all of the Legend of the Galactic Heroes, you're definitely a hardcore in my book and my people. Leave me a comment if you've gone to the cafe, or just tell me something you love about the series, and we'll talk. Until then, this has been Dan from BrightSlap.com.